Hey guys, we're here on Hickory Log Creek Reservoir again. We're gonna try and chase this late night pattern. The last few hours of sunlight is what we're after. We're gonna see if we can try a few different techniques to catch these same fish. So stay tuned. All right, we're fishing this point. It's super windy right now. There's some activity down here, but we're gonna work our way into this cove. It's like bluebird skies that way, and it looks like storm that way. Wind is blowing that way. So we should stay out of the rain, but maybe this wind will give us some advantage for some moving baits. Oh, we already got a follower. First cast with the fluke. He dove, he went back. Now we got a bluegill. Come follow it, what the heck? Why do we keep having these? There's like these two dink bass. Not any bigger than the fluke. They're not committing. All right. This is where you would come up with some kind of line through technique. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull out the jerkbait. Even though the water is 82 degrees, I think I can catch them on a jerkbait easier. All right, we were fishing the fluke super slow. Let's give that a try. Painfully slow jerkbait. There we go. Oh, straight into a tree. No. I watched that. He wrapped the hook around a branch and took off. What a dingus. I hate fishing finesse, but it worked, man. That was like second cast. The same thing that happened last time I was out here. I refused to fish finesse, and I finally do, and I start catching fish. I don't have footage of that because I left all my batteries at home. It was a decent one. Over a pound, I think. Oh. Look at that. My worm, he took it. Hooked in and just penetrated the bottom of his lip. There we go. So finesse it is. All right guys, so I'm throwing a drop shot rig right here. This is a Robo Worm Andrews Magic color. This is a 2/0 straight worm hook, and I use 2/0 so I can do Texas rig weedless on a drop shot setup, and it's also pretty fine gauge so that I can penetrate the fish when I set the hook without breaking the line off. So that's what we're doing right now. 2 casts with this setup. We got 2 fish. Should have started with this a long time ago, but we'll do it now. So right now we're actually in these super shallows of this creek. We're what, 3 to 4 foot of water. Well, I'll toss this over there in the creek channel, just see what happens. Oh, there we go. 3 for 3. All right, my dude. Surrender. He's aggressive. There we go, nothing special. Let him go. So yeah, like I mentioned, we're super shallow, but there is a little creek channel here. That's where I tossed it. Here's where the fluke's gonna be effective, I think. What's interesting about the fluke is that so many fish come up to look at it and then go away. I don't know if there's something just doesn't look right. There's another follower, but they never swallow it. They come at it and they just turn around. I mean, it catches their attention. Oh, shoot, there was a fish had it in its mouth. I was talking too much. I'm gonna try something a little different here. Let's use the same wacky setup, but instead of a Senko, we're just gonna nose hook the fluke. So I mean, they're gonna have to commit to this. We got an exposed hook. We got relatively light setup. So we should be able to hook them easier. Nope. I had a strike, but wasn't that big. Didn't get the hook. Nope. Mic drop. Stop twisting. Get right in the roof of the mouth like you want. Again, nothing spectacular, but we're catching fish. 4th fish here in like 30 minutes, all on the drop shot. Now, the worst part about the drop shot is the line twists after you catch a fish. There is a company out there that makes a drop shot hook that sits on swivels. It's a great idea, but you lose some sensitivity. And a lot of times these bites aren't very pronounced. They're just a couple pecks. And that's why I don't use it. It is a great idea, just not super functional. Let's go after the fish we came here for. Ooh, that looks good on the graph. Let's just go. Alright, so we came out here to try and catch these schooling fish suspended over 130 foot of water. Let's see what kind of micro plastics lures I've got. Ooh, tiny paddle tails. Interesting. Let's see if that works. Oh, I know these little crappie magnets. Super translucent. This is gonna work. I'm pretty confident. Got one of these robo worms left, a prism shad, a live shad, a 3-inch. I'm sure that'll catch something. I have this like micro box. Just don't have a lot of rods that'll throw these lures. I've got these mini crankbaits for trout. I didn't bring any rods for this kind of stuff. That was probably my first mistake. Yeah, check out this micro square bill looking thing. All right, before I start retying, I'm just gonna throw some stuff on this Ned rig. Put some of these soft plastics on. Oh, I got one of these little curly tail something or others. Let's see what happens here. There's a couple schools right there. There we go. Oh. No. There we go. Nice largemouth. Let's let him out. So I'm just improvising here. This is just a Ned rig. I think this is a 1/16 ounce with this little curly tail grub looking thing. Something I found at Walmart. As soon as I see them blow up, I just cast it out there, let it fall. You're either gonna feel a tap or your line's just gonna go slack. And you just start reeling in, you set that hook. Guaranteed they've got it in their mouth. They're feeding, so they're swiping and they're eating anything. I see them on the graph, but I want to wait till they come up. Oh, there we go. Made a mistake, caught a fish. Another largemouth. This one's got, looks like it's been attacked. Something. Nope. Somebody had it in their mouth. There we go. Oh my gosh, I lost it again. And another one. Like I said, none of these are going to be huge. There's no big fish feeding on this tiny shad, but if you're out here to have fun and catch fish, this is definitely the time and place to do it. It is a little work. I mean, you have to chase these blow-ups. So make sure you got some power in your trolling motor here, some juice. Oh, got off. This is the best fish today so far. I would say this might be a pound and a quarter. There we go. Here we go. That's a good one. He had this one swallowed. There we go. Here we go, one more. So really anything that imitates this tiny shad here, you just throw it, you let it sink. You don't really feel the bite. So what I'm doing is I'm just letting it drop, and then I'm pulling up my rod tip. If I feel tension, I'll reel in the slack and I'll give it a yank, but it's almost impossible to tell. They they're not attacking it, they just swallow it. But if you make a cast right after they blow up in that general area, typically something's gonna scoop it up. So I don't know how many bass are in each of these particular little pods, wolf packs, schools, or whatever you want to call it, but it seems to be at least a handful. Here we go. Oh, this is pretty good. I'm surprised this guy's out here. He's skinny. That's the problem. But check it out. There's probably close to a 15-incher. Crazy thing is I only have one of these plastics. It is beat up. Alright, it's about time we turn it in. Let's go.